Hi everyone, today we're going to work on our vintage postcard. The first thing you need to do is you need to go into Schoology and you're going to find the vintage postcard, and then this first line says download 6 images from this file. So you're going to click that file, it's going to open up like this, and you're going to download this beach, old paper, palm trees, poppies, a poppy drawing, and then some water. Those other ones are just some examples from before. So once you have those downloaded, we're going to open up Photoshop. Might need to pause right now and then go to Photoshop. We're going to hit New File. We're going to type in your last name and then Vintage Postcard. The width is 5.5 inches. The height is 4.25 inches. The resolution is 300. This is all good. It should be RGB, white background, and then hit create. So this is the size of the paper that we are going to be printing on. The next thing we need to do is we're going to make this postcard for California. So we're going to get the text tool. You can hit T on your keyboard or this T tool here. And then we're going to make some adjustments in the tool option bar here. You can type in impact. Got to spell it right though. And then select that. Then we're going to change this to 72 for the font size. Change this to black. And then, it doesn't look like this. There we go. Now we're going to type California in all capitals. There you go. If your California is not in the right place, if you move around until you get this, you can move California around. If you've already clicked off, you can use the move tool, which is right here on the top. Once that's done, you're going to hit, we're going to go here, and we're going to go to the warp tool, which is right here. And we're going to click rise, and then just kind of put it on like a little slant. We're going to change this to 25. All right, good. And then we are going to do some bedding. I want to cut out pictures, so these words are, letters are cut out from a picture. So let's go, we've done this before. We're gonna, oh, I gotta hit check. We're gonna go to File, Place Embedded, and we're gonna get these palm trees and we're gonna place those. They're super big. I only want them over Cal in California, because I got three that are gonna be 30 pictures. So we put that over top of that, and we're gonna hit this check button. With this file selected, we're gonna go over here and we are going to find clipping mask. There it is, create a clipping mask. And it just cuts whatever's underneath out of those letters. So there you go. So now we're gonna fill in this part, the IFOR, and we're gonna go to embedded, and then we are going to go place embedded. I'm gonna get the poppies and do the same thing. I'm going to transform them until they fit. You might have to turn this one just a little so it fits over top of these poppies. Slide that way, maybe we stretch just a little bit. All right, so then when that is good, oh, maybe it's the R2, we'll see. All right, so we got that. Then we're gonna go back over here. We're gonna hit the check mark, go into the 3 lines, and then we're looking for clipping mask, create clipping mask right there, and bam, now we have that done. Next thing we're gonna do is the NIA, so we're gonna go to File, Place Embedded, and we're gonna go find that water right there, and then we're gonna hit place. We're gonna transform it so it just fits over those letters. You can also turn it if you want that horizon line to kind of work for you. There you go. All right, next we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna hit this check mark, and then we're gonna go here to these lines. We're going to find create a clipping mask, and we're gonna cut that. So if you like that, that's great. You can move those around by clicking the file and then getting the move tool, and you can move that around. Or you could hit Command T to get transform if you want to make it bigger or smaller, tilt it a little bit, and move those around depending on how you want that to look. So I think that looks good. So, oh, it's on my R, so let's reduce that. There you go. Hit that check mark there. And so I think that looks really good right now. Next thing I want to do after I adjusted my layers to make sure everything looks good inside those boxes is I'm going to go here to the California layer and I'm going to click that. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little outline around California. The way to do that is to hit this layer style, which is the FX down here. And I'm going to go to stroke and I'm just going to put a little line around the outside edge. You can already see what's going on if you look at the letters and hit preview. It shows you. I want a 3-inch line on the inside position, normal, 100% color black. And then I'm going to hit OK. So now it's outlined. So I love that. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to get a new, first we got to click here because I want to put a new layer on top of this stack. So I'm going to hit plus. And then I'm going to embed a new layer. So I'm going to embed the paper, the old paper. And then I'm going to stretch this out so it covers the whole thing. If you don't have these marks around here, you can hit Control T or Command T, and that will give you the option to transform. And then once you have that done, we're going to add another layer. So I'm going to hit my plus sign down here again. And this time I'm going to place embed the picture of a beach. Or I guess it's California. It's the Golden Gate Bridge there. All right. So I'm going to lower the opacity of this because I want it to look vintage and kind of old. So I'm going to kind of bring it down to like 70, 65 will work, I think. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of like create the edges around here. So I'm going to hit that check mark. I'm going to get my eraser tool. You can use E for eraser. And then we're going to go up here and we're going to get some cool brushes. So you can scroll through here and find some brushes. I believe it's the special effect brushes. There's one that's called Kyle's All-Purpose. Here it is, Kyle's Concept Brush All-Purpose. That's the one we're going to use. We're going to adjust this to about 100. And then the strength can be 24. And I think everything else is good. The smart object, that's okay. Say okay to that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come over here and we're just going to kind of blend the edges so it looks like they might have, like, I don't know, got damaged in all the years, you know, because this is vintage, right? The more you do it, the more you're going to get the vintage look. So depending on how you want yours to look, it's up to you. If you've gone too far, you can always hit Command Z for undo. But it's vintage, so anything will work. Maybe I want a little more over here. There you go. I think that looks good. Looks nice and vintage and wore out a little. Perfect. All right. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add a couple, some words. We're going to add greetings from, and then we're going to add the, I actually think I want these underneath these letters. Okay. Yeah. So these were above, so we can't see our words. So we're going to just slide these down. I'm going to hold shift and both of these, and then I'm going to slide them down underneath California. Right like that. Perfect. And then when we're doing, now we're going to put greetings from right here, and then we're going to put the Golden State, from the Golden State. So we're going to click here. It doesn't matter. We could be on that one. We're going to get that text tool again. So T for text tool, we're going to add it right here. We're going to make some changes. So we're going to first type greetings from And then we're gonna change the text in our bar. So I'm gonna highlight that and I'm gonna change this to brush script. Italics? No. Yeah, why not? Italics, and then I'm gonna change the size to 30 and the color is going to be black. And then my warp here is I'm gonna do another raise and I'm gonna do 20% or 25 here, just like the last one. And then you can move that around if you want to, you know, so it's just above that. So that looks good. Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna put the golden state right here at the bottom. So we're going to go back to our text tool. Oh, we're gonna hit check for that because that one's done. We're gonna get a new one. We're gonna type in the golden state. I'm gonna type it all in capitals. You can decide what you wanna do. Highlight that, and then we're gonna make some changes because I'm gonna this in Arial, just regular, and probably 30 font, but I want it in gold, so I'm gonna find a good gold color, whatever. I kind of want it to stand out, so I think this gold stands out pretty good on that color there. So I'm gonna pick that and hit OK. And I want to put a little line around that, just like we did on the other one. So I'm going to go down here to, oh, I got to hit the check, to the effects, and I'm going to go to stroke. Same stroke, 3 pixels inside normal 100%, and hit OK. So now I got this little line there. I want to move that. That looks a little big for me, so I'm going to come here. I'm gonna leave it. I like it. Leave it the way it is. Hit check. So now I have that. And now I just want to put a little embellishment kind of at the top. So I'm gonna add another layer and I'm gonna go back to place, embedded. And I'm gonna get this little poppy. The poppy is an SVG file, so it doesn't have a background. So I'm gonna throw it in here and it just kind of can sit right here. The poppy is the state flower, I believe, of California, so that will be fun. And that looks nice just the way it is. So there is our design for our postcard. So at this point you can save, and then we're going to put that on our desktop so we can move it into our file or wherever you want to do it. And then we're going to save this one as Photoshop. So we're going to hit save. And that's going to save all these files. So if we decide we want to change something like, oh, I didn't like that California right on top of the Golden Gate Bridge, we can move it down because we saved it with all the files. And then I'm like, well, yeah, perfect. So then we're going to go back here and we're going to hit save as a copy. And this is the one that you're going to turn in. So we're going to get this as a JPEG and then we're going to hit save. And then this is okay. And that's the one you're going to turn in. So I hope you were able to follow along. If not, please use the step-by-step guide. That most definitely could help you.